Hello and welcome to Hexed Encountered. My name's Joe. In this video, we will be doing a playthrough of the new DLC for the game Valor Victory. It is called Pacific. It comes out on December 5th, 2023. So I'm doing this beforehand, but obviously you may watch this after the 5th. And so I'm going to be speaking in future tense most likely. But obviously this can be watched after the launch date and is designed to show you how the game plays so you can make a decision on whether or not this game might be for you, or if you have the game, whether or not this DLC might be for you. So let's get this thing going. All right. Here's the Pacific. You can see 1942 to 43. Basically, the action in this particular DLC covers in the Pacific Theater of Operations of World War II, some of the fighting in New Guinea, Burma, and the Solomon Islands, Guadalcanal, specifically in the years 1942-43. So we will choose this one. We click next. Then we get our selection of scenarios. I did do a video that kind of introduced the DLC, went over all the scenarios that are in the game so that you can see the rundown of what all the various choices are here. There are 12 scenarios. You can see them lined up here on the left. You have Americans, Australians, and Chinese on the Allied side, and you have the Japanese on the Axis side. So I think we'll just do the basic 7th Hussars in the jungle. I shouldn't say basic, I should say first scenario here. So this would be Australians versus the Japanese. So this is it here. It's in Burma. It's March 6th, 1942, so fairly early in the war. In defense of Rangoon, B Squadron of the 7th Hussars arrived in the village of Pyagi to find the Japanese already there. After a brief infantry engagement, the Honeys, light tanks, engaged the Type 95 Ha-Go Japanese tanks. A confused battle ensued in which several Type 95s were destroyed and 4 Japanese anti-tank guns captured. So you can see here, it's an elimination type. The attacker's British, the defender Japanese, and this is British Commonwealth essentially. 7 game turns. The starting player is the British side. Victory conditions: must eliminate or pin all enemy units. The Axis order of battle: you can see the Japanese have 3 leaders, 13 squads of infantry, 2 sections, 4 light machine guns Type 96, 5 grenades, 3 of the Type 89 mortar, also known as the knee mortar, 3 Type 95 Ha-Go tanks, 4 anti-tank guns Type 94, and a couple of snipers. On the Allied side, we have 3 leaders, Jones, Williams, and Miller, 3 sections of rifle, 11 squads rifle, the Boys Mark I light machine gun, one of those, 3 Bren Mark I light machine guns, 3 2-inch mortars, 7 grenades, and 6 M3 Honey. That's an American tank, also known in the U.S. Army as the M3 Stuart. So it's a light tank, but the Japanese weren't fielding particularly thick armored vehicles anyway. Their vehicles are light tanks as well. So it's armor, but it is light armor. So let's get this started here. We are playing as the Allies. We will have Fog of War on, which just means we don't get to see the Japanese units until we find them. This being the jungle, the lines of sight will be a little bit more difficult than in places like Europe where things were more open and cultivated. This is wilderness, true wilderness and jungle terrain. So British turn 1. This is a 7-turn scenario. As you can see, we're in the command phase. Now, in this particular scenario, we don't have any off-board assets, so the command phase really doesn't do a whole lot for you. You can reorganize some units and things like that from sections into squads and vice versa. But all of this stuff here, we don't have smoke, we don't have off-board mortar or artillery or air. This will show you lines of sight from various hexes. Just click on a hex and it'll show you the line of sight. As you can see, the jungle terrain means you don't have a whole lot of line of sight here. If you're in the middle, you don't get much. So various things here, this is fairly open, etc., etc. So that's pretty much what you're going to see. We can turn that off. So we're going to jump right to the fire phase. Now the issue with the fire phase, and here are our British units up top. We can zoom in a little bit if we wish to. Here's a section of infantry. This is where they could fire. There are no enemies in range, invisible. You have line of sight to nobody basically here, so except for your own forces, of course. So this is a mortar unit. You can see you've got a section and a mortar attached to it, a 2-inch heavy mortar. We have quite a few of those, I believe, or several, I should say. Right here. Oh, shoot. I screwed up. I'm just going to skip. So this guy I now can't move because it somehow thought that I used him in the fire phase. So that's my bad. I screwed up there. So now we're in the movement phase. So we have some units here. We have some units over here as well. We have 3 of our tanks here, as well as a mortar unit and some infantry here. And then you can see their movement costs. Their movement range is the middle number here, so 6 for this guy. The leader is a 3. The tanks are a little bit different. The tanks' movement points are in the corner, so they have 12. So let's move some tanks here, and we'll try and stay in the open terrain a little bit, and then see we found an anti-tank gun. So we're going to go here and stop. We can also rotate our vehicle, rotate to the left. Now we're facing down, as you can see by the orientation of the counter here. So if we turned left, we'd be pointing this way. So we want to turn right. And now we're pointing right at the gun. Now there are going to be other Japanese units. You can see there's a tank down here. He's actually got an open shot on me, so I may not have wanted to do that. I can rotate back. Now he's facing frontal armor. Here's another gun here. We have some village structures here. There's another gun down here. So we've discovered some of their forces. Now once we're done, we just click on him again and he's done moving. We can move another tank up. Let's send this guy this way. See if we've spotted anybody new. We know about this tank here. Now we've spotted some infantry here. Let's move into the jungle, and now we're adjacent to a unit, and we've got another gun right here. So we will stop him right there. Now we've got our 3rd tank over here. Let's send him this way. Around. Yep, there we go. There's a tank. I'm going to rotate my vehicle to the left. Whoops, wrong way. To the right, rather. I screwed that up. And so now we're facing these guys, but we are in jungle, which will give us a little bit of cover. So basically, since the objective of this particular scenario is to kill or pin the enemy units, you really kind of, in my opinion at least, I kind of played through this once, and I didn't do particularly well because the enemies are hidden. They're a little bit difficult to find. There's a lot of really good cover in here, so you're taking a lot of negative DRMs when you're attacking. But we're going to move our men up as best we can. Now you see you get limited choices, right? Because we only have 1 movement point left. We could move here, which I don't think is going to really be a problem, but we can do that. Yeah, he can see that from there, so I think we're going to leave these guys here. Whoops, turn that off. And just be done. And then we have our mortar here. Now from here, we may want to just go up in there. And we'll see if we're able to fire in the next turn. So now we got our other 3 tanks over here. Now again, there's a lot of jungle on this side, so their movement won't be very they won't be able to move very far through the jungle because it's 2 movement points per hex here. And we'll stop there. Now, if I'm correct, he can't see that hex, and he cannot. Of course, we can't see much either from our hex. So this will be next turn, maybe move up. Or there's actually assault movement, and I'm not sure if he can take advantage of that or not to move forward one more hex. But we will see once we get to that. So let's move this guy up. We're just going to send him straight down through the jungle. Stop there. I don't think we uncovered anybody new on this side. And we've got one more tank. So we'll send him this way. And then stop there. They can move. They can't, these guys can't move very far, of course. And we're done. Now they'll fire at us with what they, we've uncovered them. They can also see us. We've got a fire support mission, mortar fire, basically. This is a mortar unit. Now we're in the advance and assault phase. So now you can move, typically you move infantry. So if we click this guy, we can move him up one more, move him up one more, move him up one more. Move all these guys up one. Now the tanks are not always able to move. This one can move. Okay. So now we've got visibility on these two guns. Of course, they also have visibility on us. Maybe, I don't know that I want to move this guy. He can move here, but that puts him in open terrain. So I think we may just move some infantry. Move those guys up a little bit. And I think, yeah, he can't move. He can move up one. I think I'm going to, yeah, we'll move up. Look at that. We found somebody. So part of this is just finding the enemy. So now we'll end that. We'll go to the Japanese turn. So now they're in their command phase, which they skip, of course. They have no assets either. We go to their fire phase. No damage. These units, they don't have a ton of firepower. So these are fire support missions. These are mortars. They're dropping mortars on. Now here, you can see they've got an air burst because they're in the jungle. So if they do hit, it tends to be a bad day for the unit that's in that terrain here. So they're moving their tanks up. He's firing op fire. And we made that one immobile, which I think is the same as pin when you're talking about an armored vehicle. All right, so they're still in their movement phase. And now we've got more fire here. That's high, so that's going to do nothing. So you have your combat result table right here that it shows you. They're doing an assault move, which is just kind of what you would expect, kind of hunched over, trying to make yourself a small target, etc. They've gotten themselves pinned here. That's too high, so, we did get a negative modifier there, I guess. So they took some casualties. 2 casualty points inflicted. All right, now we go to the defensive fire phase. So now any of my units that have not yet fired, assuming they have a shot, they can fire. So you can see here, once you hover over a unit, you get a +2 for line of sight because they're in jungle or brush or something here, and then the +1 for the cover. Same here. They can't see these guys because of the jungle terrain in between. They can see this, but you can see how far away it is. It gives us a +6, so that's basically means don't do that. So we can basically fire at one of these two, and we'll fire at the infantry. An 8 is going to be too low to do any damage, or too high to do any damage. Let's see if our mortars can hit somebody here. Let's try this guy. Now the mortar, you don't actually see the roll, which kind of bums me out because it just like, oh, you missed, but you don't know what you rolled. Like I like the being able to see the CRT and it's showing you what you had here. Not a whole lot of options here. Both are about the same. Let's shoot at this guy, I guess. We need to roll low. Low is always better, so this should hit, and it did. So we destroyed that unit, which was, I believe, a mortar unit. So always useful to take those fellows out. Now over here, I think we can see this guy, and we can. Now you get the +2 for the terrain. And again, you have to roll low. So we did pin one of their units. Now if we close and click on here, I believe, yeah, if you right click, you can see what's in there. And we did pin one of the rifle squads. Now these guys, they do have visibility. That's a poor shot. They don't have visibility on these two. So we'll take it anyway because there's no harm. But you have to roll really low to actually do something, and we rolled high. So with that +4, it was an 11. Now none of these guys can see. Oh, they can see somehow. Oh, because it's mortar. That's why. So they're using spotting for this. And we do get the two-time air burst if it actually hits them, but it didn't. But you can see right there, fire mission versus infantry and trees results in doubled casualty points. But 2 times 0 is still 0. So that didn't do us any good. We can try one more time with this guy. And probably miss again. Oh, see, now that time we got it. That would have been 1 casualty point, but because it's air burst, we got 2. And if we look here now, you can see that we reduced this first squad here on the left, the one with the Type 96 machine gun. I can't move my mouse or it'll go away. But it's basically that 262 rifle squad there on the left. So we did a little bit of damage. I don't think anybody else has any visibility. No and no. He's in deep jungle there. And you can zoom out as well. So we're just going to move on. They will do their assault phase now. Deciding what to do. All right, on to turn 2. So now, again, command phase, there's not a whole lot to do here in this phase, so I'm just going to advance to the fire phase. So now things get a little bit more of into the decision-making realm. So what do we want to do here? Now, we've got this guy right here. Let's put ourselves in line of sight mode. And let's fire this mortar. And we're going to drop it on this guy right here. And did nothing. And over here, I don't think I'm going to do anything. I want to move this guy forward. I know that for sure. Or perhaps in this direction. I don't know if there are Japanese units over here on the far left. As far as the armor, so when you do a tank fire here, so you have you're firing your gun, your main gun, and you can fire high explosive or armor piercing. Now, obviously, if you're attacking an enemy tank, you use armor piercing. Everything else you use HE. So target all infantry and anti-tank guns in the hex with a high explosive shell. So this is the one we want. So we click that. Now we roll, and we have to roll low, which we kind of did, and we pinned it. So that's good. Now they can rally from being pinned. So that, we do need to destroy or pin all the enemy units. Now he would have to fail his rally check over and over again for us to get through turn 7 with that unit being pinned. But we did inflict a couple of casualty points, and ultimately we can hope maybe at least knock him out. That would be better. Now we have these guys right here. So in there you can see what we've got. We've got 2 squads, a leader, and a machine gun. Here we have just 2 squads. So if we wanted to fire, we'll fire here. Now this is machine gun fire. We rolled high, so it's probably not going to do anything. Again, you want to roll low. Do the same thing here. Now this has no modifiers. This is unmodified fire, so that's an ideal situation. Let's fire at these guys. So 5 unmodified, that's pretty devastating for them. They've got 1/2 squad left, so that was well worth the effort to fire at that particular unit. We can do the same here. They get a +2 for terrain. So we will we'll fire at these guys. Although I should have fired maybe at the tank, but that 3 is a great roll. And that's a couple of, that's some casualties, 4 casualty points, so that's pretty good. They now are down to 1 squad, 1 leader. And these guys could also fire there. Can they use the grenades? I don't know. I don't think I want to fire that one. I think most of the rest of these are just going to move. I probably want to take this tank and move it here, which would then give me shot at this guy and this gun, and maybe even this tank over here. Oh, he moved that tank anyway, so I did take the right shot because this tank was over here. Now he's here. We have this guy who's, then we have our gun down here. All right, I think that's it for fire. We'll move to the movement phase. Now down here you can see this is the assault movement, which halves their movement points, but it gives them a +1 cover modifier. So that is, of course, useful to have. So we are going to move up here and stop. Now they have a shot across this kind of mud here at these guys. We're going to take our tank. And they've got another squad there. So I'm going to stop here. This way I have a shot at both of these. You can see this here. If I moved into that hex, I would be overstacked. So I'm not going to do that. I could move in here. I don't know the benefit of doing that, so I'm not going to. And we're going to stop there. I'm going to move my mortar up. Oh, that's interesting. I don't know that I want to move there. Turn that off. I don't like being in open terrain. That gives them a little bit of cover. Now they're moving fire. They rolled pretty high, but still we took some casualties. I'm going to try to assault this guy, and that's why I did that. I could have chosen to do assault movement, but I didn't want to have my movement factor because of the terrain. I didn't know that I would be able to get to them, and I want to get close enough to assault this unit. So that was the thinking there. And we're going to stop there. And I think that's everybody. That appears to be everybody. Okay. Now they've got defensive fire. This guy could be in trouble, maybe. That was a mortar attack. This is a mortar attack. So that's good. 2 attacks, no damage. Now they're firing across. 5, that's going to hit them. All right, that's high, so that won't do anything. That's a 10, that's too high. And that's going to hit. No, that was too high as well. Sometimes you can't see who they're firing at depending on where it sticks things here. All right. Looking good so far. So I know I have one I want to do, and that's here. 2-to-1 odds. And we took casualties, but we took them out. So attackers, we lost 4, but we wiped out the defenders. So we've got 1 full squad, 1 half squad, and our leader. I don't think I have anybody else in assault. Like, you can't assault with a tank, even though they're adjacent. They can move up, however, depending. And yeah, we're gonna go. Okay, Japanese phase. They rallied that gun. As I mentioned, they get a chance to do that. And yeah. Miss. Okay, so far fairly okay. Now their movement phase. Where are they moving to? They moved away from the machine guns. What else they got going on here? Okay. Well, we'll start right here. Too high. Oh, we did pin them. All right, that works. And then we got these guys. You can see this, or this, or that. Let's fire at this one. Again, you have to roll low. So that's pretty good. We knocked that gun out. Now, too high. Too high. Nope. All right, we did a couple of casualty points there. Now over here, let's see. Can he see him? No, but he can see him. That should do it. Yeah. They've got no visibility. They have no visibility. And then we got our mortars up here. Let's drop them on this guy. And nothing. All right. Okay, let's see. We rallied over here, so that's good. We'll skip the command phase now. It's very frustrating to roll high but it happens a lot. All right, more casualty points here. What are they left with? All right, a section and their leader. So let's drop the other mortar on them too. Yeah, probably gonna be a mess. Oh, nice. All that's left now is the leader, so that's good. That's good. He doesn't have much firepower, so it's going to be hard for him to damage our units. Not impossible, but a little bit more difficult. So let's see. They have 6 movement points. I think if I do assault move, well, I'm not firing. This is still the fire phase, but I'm thinking ahead here. If I do assault movement, there would be 2 and there would be 4, I think. So that would be 6, which would then allow me to assault these guys. So that's what I think I'm going to try to do with him. And then our tank here. Ooh, good roll. Good roll. All right. Did some damage. And I want to move this tank. Let's fire with this guy. Good roll. Couple casualty points there. Take it. Now this guy, he's got that one, that one. Too high. All right. Eight. And an 8. Got him. Got him. Nice. Well worth the effort. All right. So now I can bring these guys around the flank here. They've got 1 fully operational tank and 1 damaged tank remaining. All right. We're going to move to the movement phase now. Yeah, I'm going to move to the movement phase. All right. So first, I should have, in hindsight, I should have fired this guy. Yeah. Well, that was a mistake on my part. So let's take this guy, and we're going to put him in assault move and go here and then here. Now they are going to shoot. He gets an extra +1 DRM. So that +1 saved me from taking damage, and now he can assault on the assault phase. So that worked out. Now our tank here. This is risky because we're going to put ourselves right on top of this guy. And he's going to fire. He rolled high, so that's good. That's well, actually no damage. Whew. All right. Good. I'm going to take our mortar and we're going to move him. Shoot. Let's move him there. I think from there. Yeah, he can't see him now. Because these guys still have a machine gun, so I don't want this guy to be subjected to their fire. And we'll take Jones and move him up. Ugh, damn it. All right, well, he's still in position to attack here. All right, he can see him now, so that's good. All right, I think we'll stop there. Now this guy... can move him here. Have him try to chase down Ushijima here, or I could just leave him. Or move him here. I think I'm going to leave him there. I screwed that up. That is not what I meant to do there. But, yeah, it is what it is. Ugh, that hurts. 6 casualty points inflicted. Ugh, that hurts too. Pinned. Alright, that's too high to do anything. That's too high. That's too high. Alright, here we go. I got a couple that I want to do here. So we want to do this guy right here. 1-to-1 odds. Not great. We took 4 losses but wiped out the defenders. All right. And over here, 2-to-1 odds. Took 3 losses and wiped out the defenders. Okay. I don't think... Well, let's do this. Let's move him into the jungle. All right, we'll move him here. So far, so good. They roll low every time they attack this stack. They always roll low, it seems like. Killing me here. Too high. Oof. Yeah. No, it's heavy modifiers there. Two casualties. All right. Defensive fire. Roll low. 10. Seriously? You're killing me, man. Finally. All right. Actually, can he hit this guy down here? Nope. All right, so he needs to move. Be nice if I could roll low occasionally. Like, give me a nice 4 or something, you know? 5. That'll work, I guess. And 8. All right. Too high. Four. Nice. All right. Doing okay here through turn 3. Liking it. So far, so good. Let's hit our friendly neighborhood mortar squad on the other side here. There you go. Sweet. There must be somebody I don't see yet somewhere, because they had more than one mortar firing, and I killed one, but I don't see the other one. So this guy can't fire at anybody. What do they have here? One squad. What do we have? One squad. It's a fairly even matchup. I think they're down to 1 leader too. Nagano, I think, is their only remaining leader. Unless there's somebody, like I said, that I haven't spotted yet. There could be someone in here, because we don't have any line of sight into this area yet. Anywhere down here in this corner, we don't have any line of sight into that yet. But we could start moving our tanks this way. So, all right, moving on. All right, here we go. Command phase. We got nothing we want to do there. Fire phase. Let's see if we can kill these guys. Roll low, low, low. 3. Doing it. Bam. All right. Good job. Well done, my friends. These guys are going to move up. Can they move there? This is the fire phase, so I'm still thinking out of phase here. We can do this. 6. Pinned. Okay, that helps a little bit. And so yeah. Okay, that's good. That's pretty good. Too high. They thwart my every move to try and take these guys out, man. Nothing. Terrible. If I could at least pin them, that would let me move somebody forward so I can do something. But I'm constantly rolling 7s and 8s every time I attack them. All right, now they're pinned, but I don't have anybody I can really move towards them. I guess I can move this guy. I think that's all I'm doing here. Everybody else is going to be moving. Yep. All right. Oh, shoot. Okay. He's going to assault. Ooh. Oof. Thank you. Okay, I think that's everybody I can do something with. So I'm going to move on. I don't know what the odds would be here. This is risky. All right. Oof. Okay, everybody's rallied. Great. That's just great. Where is this other mortar? That's what I want to know. These guys don't have a shot. Nope. To hit is a 10, so that's good. And 7. Destroyed. Oof. We'd have to roll like a 2, and we'd probably still miss. Yeah, we can't hit them. It's impossible. So this won't do anything either. Well, you have to try. I'd like to be able to find that other unit because that thing is killing me. Single-handedly devastated this particular stack right here. We're running out of infantry here. use a nice heavy mortar drop right on somebody's head here. Thank you. Thank you very much. All right. He can't hit that. So I guess that's it. We're moving on. Yeah, what can I see? Is this gun the only unit I can see still? I guess it is. Well, we'll take a shot at him, I guess. Probably won't hit because we need like a 4. Yeah, it's not even worth it. We got to get closer. All right, that'll work. Try the overruns. This won't work. But they are still pinned. Could I roll low just once? Come on, man. Aha. We found somebody. There's their other knee mortar. All right. Need to roll low. Nope. All right. There you go. We did it. We did it. We did it. Took only 5 turns, but we did it. All right. So there you have it. That's the playthrough of that first scenario from this particularly new DLC that's coming out, or this particular new DLC. Anyway, so as always, thank you for watching. I do appreciate it. I may do another scenario here. I do enjoy this game. It is challenging. You know, that one was, you know, the elimination ones are always tough because you have to find the enemy. And in this particular DLC with the jungle terrain, it's a little harder. You pretty much have to, as you saw there, have to get right next to them in some cases to find them. But now that we've spotted them, or now that we did, or once we did spot them, we were able to take them out. So again, thank you for watching. If you have any comments, questions, etc., feel free to post them up. I do try to reply as soon as I can. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please consider liking, sharing, and or subscribing to my channel to help support. I do definitely appreciate all my subscribers and all those who watch my videos, as well as, of course, those who share and like them. But that's going to do it for now. My name's Joe. This has been Hexed Encountered. And until next time, happy gaming.